Corona. Well, Ona. Brothers! What up, brothers? It's your boys, Sam.
And John.
And Will.
Yeah, we got Will on a Beats pill now, so hopefully the audio quality will be a little bit better. But what was that, Will?
Mildly. Unfortunately, the viewers and listeners still have to hear my voice, but indeed, more high quality.
Hopefully.
Okay, now as we start off every podcast with, it's going to be time for mindfulness. Does someone have something they're grateful for right now?
I'm grateful for an incredibly comfortable bed. Yeah, simple as that. I get some pretty good Z's. I have a blackout drape over my window so I don't have to see the sorority next door, and it really is just a beautiful gift.
Nice. What are you grateful for, Sam?
I think I'm grateful for the self-quarantine right now and social distancing, on the fact that I don't have to shave, because I get really bad razor burn all the time whenever I shave my face and my neck, and it's really annoying, and so I don't have to shave at all, and so I get to look nasty, but I also don't have razor burn.
It's kind of nasty, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I haven't shaved for a while, but we're making it work.
Pubes. Let's go, Sammy.
I'm grateful for the weather's been pretty decent. I mean, we had a little bit of rain a few days ago, but for at least for the start of this little physical isolation, the weather's been nice, so it hasn't been terrible to get outside. Not that I have gotten outside, but it's nice to know that I could if I wanted to.
Awesome. Now, is there anything that pisses anybody off?
I mean, I know for myself, I have a spider bite on the bottom of my foot, next to my big toe on my right foot, and I sleep in a loft. So every time I get up and down the loft, I step right there. So that hurts. It's annoying to wake up.
Hey, John, did you know that you swallow approximately 7 spiders in your sleep every single year?
Did you know that that's
protein.
complete BS?
Yeah, we know, Will, but that's the meme.
But either way, it's protein.
Bruh.
It's not a big
Shut
deal.
up. That's gross. That's nasty.
It's just a spider.
Will, what's been pissing
We're
you
trying
off?
to keep this PG.
That's true. Maybe we shouldn't say piss off then. Will, what's been annoying you?
What's something that's annoying you? Something that's annoying me. Actually, Jonathan, you mentioning a spider bite reminded me of something. I have kind of like I don't know what it is, a mild rash pretty high up on my inner thigh. I've had it for about 2 months now, and I just realized that it hasn't really gone away.
You might want to get that checked out,
I should
Will.
get that checked out, yeah. I'm just realizing, no, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, that does not sound like a good thing to me.
Yeah, it's not good, that's for sure.
I want to recommend going to the hospital, though.
Yeah, I think I'll probably avoid that spot for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What's been annoying me? This is really minor, but hey, Will, Mom has some of your clothes that were like down her little laundry closet thing, and she brought them up, and they were your clothes, but then she just threw them into my room and said, "I've got to give these to Will." And I was like, why do you just have to throw them in my room then? Like, if you have certain articles of clothing that belong to Will, why does that necessitate you putting them in my room? So then I put them in my bookshelf.
Your rooms, both of you are terrible at keeping a clean room, so it doesn't really matter when it comes to where the stuff goes in the room, because it doesn't really affect your inability to organize your lives and rooms.
My room's not terrible, but at some points, John
You and I have both gotten bad before.
I know, but your room sometimes, John, it's like you can play the floor is lava, but never lose because you can't see the floor.
That's becoming less true, but it's still true. Yeah.
My room is pristine. The messiest it gets is when my bed is unmade. Which, if you walk into my room and it's 4 p.m. and my bed is unmade, you know I have gotten nothing done that day.
That's fair.
Okay, well, we've got a couple of questions from Trevor. So the first one is one person to be quarantined with for 14 days. Who would you want to be quarantined with? I think this is anybody in the world.
Ooh, anybody in the world. So I would either want to be with Joe Rogan because I feel like he and I could partake in certain things and just have good conversations for 2 weeks, which would be a blast. If not that, then Emma Watson, because I have always wanted to become her husband and perhaps fornicate.
Bruh.
So I think it would be great for 14 days.
William, this is supposed to be a semi-family friendly
Emma Watson, if you're
podcast.
listening, I love you, babe, and please quarantine with me.
John, who would
That's
you want
family
to?
friendly. Families can't exist without fornication.
John.
This is still technically.
Okay, well, we're gonna move past this whole point of your desires for
California.
Emma Watson. So, John, who would you want to be quarantined with?
Probably Chris Hadfield, former commander of the ISS, a Canadian astronaut. He's had some pretty dope life experiences, and I think
That's
it'd just be
one
fun
eye
to
away
talk about.
from being pretty sus.
What?
ISS, the International Space Station.
Yeah.
Um,
Who would you want to be quarantined with, though, Sam?
who would I want to be quarantined with? This is really tough. I feel like
Jeffrey Epstein. That could be fun.
I don't know if I'd want to be quarantined with Jeffrey Epstein.
Could you be quarantined
Maybe-
with him because he's dead?
I don't know. Last
No, he didn't.
semester.
He's still alive. He's out there on the prowl.
Yeah, with Tupac and Elvis. I don't know. This is. I feel like. This is tough. This is a dumb answer, but I'm gonna say Cornell West. I took a class with him last semester, and he has an interesting brain to pick. And so I just get quarantined with a bunch of books, and he'd I guess teach me stuff that I don't know. And I guess that'd be an interesting way to spend 14 days, as long as we're not like coughing up our lungs from having coronavirus.
Okay, Harvard man.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
Okay, next
Right,
one
that was
is.
such a Harvard flex. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Like,
Okay. Where's the location of?
to be quarantined with an academic with so many things to learn.
Thanks, Will. Love you too. Now, where's the location of this quarantine gonna be? I don't know. Does it have to be with this person or just in general? Like, where do you want to be quarantined? I'm just gonna say where I'd want to be quarantined.
yeah.
The bedroom.
Okay, William. Again, this is supposed to be semi-family friendly.
Yeah, it's family friendly. All my favorite board games are in my bedroom.
Bruh.
I think I'd want to be quarantined at an amusement park. Like, that'd be so much fun.
But also so many viruses on all the surfaces.
But like, if nobody's there and it's just you,
Yeah,
no
but if
lines,
anybody's been there for,
you'd
what,
go in the
3
water
days?
park.
Can't
But Sam,
Corona
how do you
survive on like
actually
steel
start
for
the
3
ride?
days?
No,
you
Will,
are-
but like we're talking. This is a hypothetical where all the rides are going and everything. Or maybe I just have Cornell West run all the rides for me, and I just go around this amusement park. That'd be a lot of fun.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
how do you get on? So you said the machines are already running. Like, how do you get on if they're always running?
Well, this is a hypothetical where I can use all of the rides how they're intended to be used, even if there are no workers there.
That's
But
one of the
that's not how
books
that
that he has
works.
with him is how to run a roller coaster.
I guess.
That's not even. Also, for the audience, Jonathan Lowry right now is wearing a University of Richmond jacket, which is hilarious considering he's not even old enough to apply for college. So,
No.
pretty depressing, folks. Give him, I don't know, give him some form of identity.
Yeah, it's warm.
It is warm. Sorry, John, you have all of the college merch I got from the schools I didn't end up going to.
But I don't know where I'd go. Well, actually, no, I do know where I'd go. If it was summer, or like even close to being summer, I would want to be quarantined on South Manitou Island.
Oh, fantastic. Off the shore of
because-
Sleeping Bear Dunes.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful place.
in semi-northern Lake Michigan. Fantastically beautiful. If it's like August, which hopefully we'd be there in August, lots of crab apples on the trees that you can use for crab apple fights. It's a fantastic time. So,
Who would you be fighting, buddy?
Chris Hadfield, person I'm quarantined with, I guess.
I think you would probably lose. If
Yeah,
he was the
probably
head of
would.
ISIS at one point, I think you would probably lose.
ISS, Will.
Sorry, the ISS. The ISS.
Oh my gosh.
One, tomato.
Okay.
Or potato.
And then the last one from Trevor is, if you had to choose anyone that you had to maintain a CDC recommended physical distance from for the rest of your life, who would that be? So he's pretty much asking, who do you never want to see again? Like, in your entire life, who's somebody you just gonna do without seeing? I don't think any of us want to name names here.
Well, no, I've got one. Isn't the technical recommendation 5 to 6 feet?
Yeah, 6 feet.
Yeah, 6 feet. So for me, I would choose Danny DeVito because I feel like if I can I feel like if I can have close contact with him, I'll immediately try to make out with him, which would just make things kind of complicated, and it would make me question my sexuality. So I probably want it to be with him because I don't want to start making out with him. Well, I do, but I want to be forced not to.
Well, this reminds me of that old Louis C.K. bit where he talks about watching Magic Mike, and he never finishes Magic Mike because the end of Magic Mike is he's gay.
That really is. And the reason I never finished Magic Mike is because the end is I'm gay.
I guess we kind of have let the ship sail on the family-friendly-ish thing with this episode, so we apologize.
Are you kidding me? So are you
Put a
suggesting
disclaimer.
that mentioning sexuality makes things not family-friendly?
Well,
I
maybe
think
not for,
mentioning
like-
Louis C.K. makes things unfamiliar.
Say about that. I don't need to reference all the...
Oh no, obviously he did horrific stuff, but some of his comedy's still funny. But
All of his comedy is still funny. All of his comedy.
okay,
gosh.
William.
Well, I guess on that note, I'd say Louis C.K.
Yeah, I'll say that too.
Well, also, ladies and gentlemen, though, sounds like it's possible that 6 feet isn't quite enough.
Oh my gosh, Will. Okay.
Good meme.
Okay.
Yeah. So on to the more happy
Is
stuff.
there a chair in the room? I don't. Yeah.
Okay, Will, we're gonna move past that.
So a question from Sam. Not this Sam.
A different Sam.
A different Sam. Actually, a Sam related to Emily, who we heard from yesterday, who had problems with getting her brother to participate in family activities with them. And so now the response, I think this is a bit of a family feud that is being fought over our podcast.
Yeah, sorry, Dykhouse family.
Yeah, but the question is, how do I get my family, and specifically my dad, to respect me while maintaining my esports career? Sam, I don't know.
Sam, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if we could.
Screwed.
Well, I don't know if we can qualify him playing Minecraft with the homies and chatting people over Discord as an esports career.
But what if
That's what he defines an esports career to entail.
But what if his family doesn't actually understand what he's doing with his esports career, and he's actually just like a Fortnite god?
I don't think he is a Fortnite god. I'm sorry. I think you need to create a legitimate esports career, or just say this is something I do for fun, and I know it's a time sink, and I'm just gonna embrace that for now.
Yeah, I personally don't see someone with a PhD in German theater being down with the idea of sitting down and grinding out this stuff with, the boys. He just doesn't strike me as the type. He really doesn't. Maybe Civilization 5. Civ 5 might be or Civ 6. That could be a fun game to play.
Or the Mars civilization establishing games or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Or we could do a
maybe
little.
Takes European history into account.
Yeah.
Well, we should do a little big history of esports.
I think that'd be a good project.
Okay. No.
Okay. Continuing with esports in some sense, we were asked by Aaron what our favorite Minecraft mob is. Not mod, but mob.
Mm-hmm. This is what you learn at Grinnell.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite mob would be the drowns are pretty cool. They mess you up a little when you're just going for a swim with Sven.
A drowned?
Yeah.
What is a drowned?
The
What does that
drowned.
mean?
Like the waterlogged
Drowned?
zombies.
Waterlogged. Oh, wow! You even know the terminology. You both need to make more friends. This is really depressing.
Well, yeah, no, like mobs are just basically any non Steve character in the game. I'm pretty sure. Like all the skeletons, I don't know, zombies, everybody. I think those are all mobs. I don't know. Just watch the Minecraft series by PewDiePie, and then you'll understand.
So are
Minecraft.
mobs theoretically anything that you're not? That's not Steve.
I think so. Yeah.
Like, can it be a non-aggro NPC?
Yeah.
Well, then I'd have to probably go with the wolf, which requires a quick story. I was at one point rooming with my friend Noah Bonello. Anyone who is at all involved in theater will be in love with him. And also Ben Waldvogel, who, if anyone knows Ben Waldvogel at all, is in love with him. And we decided to grind out Minecraft for about 36 hours. And the reason that I love the wolf, I know I mentioned this last episode, but if you hit it even once, for the rest of the game, a pack of wolves will be chasing you, and they are very hard to kill, which is why we, together, I accidentally hit a wolf, and we spent about probably 6 hours running away from our village because of the wolves. It was kind of a terrifying experience. So I love the wolves.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. Also terrifying, but exciting.
Yeah, my heart rate, oh my gosh, it was wild. Almost had a heart attack.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm just gonna have to say creepers because creeper. Oh man. Okay. I guess the next question is more so for John and I. It's from Savannah asking, what was the experience like being evicted from college far from home?
It applies to Will.
You said
too.
you and John. You didn't mention my name.
Well, you
feel like
you
you
didn't
might-
technically get evicted because you live off campus and you're still living at your house in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, but he can't go to
Was
the gym and get
Jonathan
swole
evicted?
anymore.
What is the definition of evict? I cannot go into any university building anymore.
Well, evicted is your residence. You're fine. Your residence is fine. I was told you got 5 days to leave where you live.
No, what about Yale?
Yeah, they didn't get any time.
Yeah.
A lot of schools, they sent kids on their spring break, and then they're like, oh yeah, no more semester, come get your stuff at some point. But also the CD says don't travel, so then people are like, what am I supposed to do? So luckily they give us 5 days, and it was actually weird. So I woke up this morning, I guess it was Tuesday morning, and I had an email when I woke up saying pretty much we're going to put the rest of the semester online. And it's like, okay, let's go to spring break, come back, and it'll all be online. And then 15 minutes later, I got another email saying, oh yeah, be gone in 5 days. So
Larry.
then we all freaked out. The people on my floor, we didn't know what to do because we were angry. So we literally just screamed, which caused everybody else to wake up and also join with us in screaming because they were also annoyed by this. And then the entire week turned into pretty much a week of partying for a lot of people. It was really weird. It was like the apocalypse, and all of the elite social clubs had open parties all day, and people were just like walking drunkenly in the streets, and it was like the world was ending, and people were just gonna do whatever they could while the world was ending. And it was, honestly, I was waiting for like Joey Salads to pop out of somewhere and say, what up boys, this was a social experiment, because it really did feel like one.
You're the only one who ever has watched
So-
Joey Salas.
I only watched the reaction
basically,
videos.
it was just equivalent to a normal day in Glasgow.
I guess so. I guess so.
Yeah.
But then what ended up happening is I packed up all my stuff
At 11:30 p.m.
at 11:30, and then John and I drove out one night because my parents were scared that places were going to get quarantined because there was stuff online about, airport shutting down and stuff. So John drove out all by himself the 15 hours.
Yep, it was a lit.
Aw, look at the little baby
I know.
driving by himself.
Everyone was so confused, and I told them that my little brother was coming to get me. It was a lot of fun, and then we packed up and left, but it was definitely a crazy time. They provided us with boxes, and people that were storing stuff and shipping stuff, there were some discounts through the university, so they were kind with that. But yeah, it was crazy, and I think about 90% of the students went off campus, but of course some had to stay because, like, I knew this one guy that is Syrian. So he put on his Instagram story like, well, I guess I have to go back to Syria. Well, it didn't quite work like that. They had a lot of people have the opportunity that were from more dangerous places or didn't have the best home situations to stay on campus. But it was definitely a crazy few days there.
Yeah, and it was. I was only there for 8 hours, 9 hours or something. It was kind of weird. We were planning on spending the night, but then we needed to get out of there quickly. But when I was there, Sam was saying goodbye to all his friends. Very abrupt goodbyes in some cases. And it was hard to intrude on.
Some of the homies cried.
Yeah, some of the homies cried. Sam, one day more. Did you guys sing?
No, we sang "Drink with Me" from Les Mis when they questioned like, "Are we going to die?" and stuff right before battle. And so my friend Eric and I sang that together because he plays the piano and has a piano in his room. And both John and Eric's girlfriend were like, I feel like we should leave. This is like an intimate home moment between these two dudes. And they're saying goodbye.
It was really awkward.
It wasn't awkward, but due to John coming with the car, it wasn't too bad. It just took up a decent bit of time to get out and then also for me to leave. Yeah. So, and get back home again. But it was okay. It was okay.
Sad.
Okay, should we talk about sports a little bit?
I guess so, yeah. I'm not going to lie, I think this is mostly going to be Sam talking.
That's true.
Maybe if Will wants to interject with some MMA.
No, none of this involves anything related to the UFC, MMA, so this is all you guys. I like talking about actual sports, not just these pastime things that people get paid way too much to do. So, Sam, continue on with your conversation about.
Yeah, so Brady has gone to the Buccaneers, and I just find this hilarious because like nobody really cares about the Buccaneers. They're like this random team that no one really follows, except for I guess like retirees in Florida. And so now Tom Brady's everyone's going to be following the Bucs. Yeah. So they were 7-9 last season. We'll see what Brady can do with them. But it'll be odd if he just completely flops because he's away from Belichick. I think that Boston and all of New England will be very happy about that. But yeah, I mean, it's a classic late career move for money, and he'll bring a lot of value to the franchise. And I guess I'm looking forward to it, and just hoping that the NFL season is not really affected by Corona too much, because I'm kind of tweaking out here without any sports.
Yeah. So.
And then the only other thing is Nick wanted us to talk about the Astros cheating scandal, which I'm surprised it took so long for them to figure it out, especially if they were just like banging on trash cans, and it wasn't that. It wasn't that hard to decipher. It was like 1 hit or 2 hits on this trash can. Could they have not figured that out? Could have like umpires like, why is there this loud banging?
What was this cheating scandal?
Oh, they were stealing like signs and stuff and using computers to figure out what people's signs were for steal and stuff, or what kind of pitches, and so then they were like letting players know.
Why is that cheating? Just come up with better signs.
Well, John, I think they were using like AI and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, not very sportsmanlike, but what do you do?
No, but I feel like signs should be considered cheating. The player should be good enough to be able to decipher things without.
Well, John, you've seen that. Who made that video? Smarter Every Day?
No, not Smarter Every Day.
Was it Mark Rober?
Mark Rober.
Yeah, he made this video where this dude created something where you could pretty easily figure out what the steal sign was for baseball teams, and so that was generally, like a gentleman's thing. If you can figure it out, you can, but that was based on your own, intuitions, not based upon, putting it into this
app on your phone.
An app on your phone that you made, which are directly banned. So that's what I've got to say about that. Yeah. Well, the last thing we've got to talk about is, this is from Autumn, pretty much our walk-in song. If there's a song, or walk-on song, if there's a song that played every time we entered a room, what would that song be for you, Will?
Well, that's a fantastic question. If I had to pick one song to be played every time I walked through the door, boys, I'll be honest, I'm not sure right now. So how about you two cycle through and I'll come back to you.
John, do you have one in mind?
So right here, Careless Whisper is supposed to be playing, but we got copy striked when we tried to put it on. Sorry about that, guys.
Is it playing? It's not playing.
I'll add that in post, John.
Okay, yeah.
So I guess John wants Careless Whisper, and I'm gonna say Mambo number 5, because that's just an absolute chat of a song to have play whenever you walk into a room. It also gets everyone hyped.
I've decided on. I believe it's All Star. Is that Kid Rock?
All Star by Kid Rock. No, it's Smash Mouth, Will. What?
Tell me the world.
Oh my gosh, Will, I can't believe you didn't know that was Smash Mouth.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Okay. Well, there you go, Autumn. We've got our songs laid out for you. And so with that, we're going to say peace out, brothers.
And sisters.